Oregon is at the center of the worst wildfire emergency in the Pacific Northwest this morning. 64 fires, 1.25 million acres, and 2 new fires that weren't on any official list yesterday morning. And while Oregon leads the national picture, Washington is rapidly becoming a story of its own. 4 communities under Level 3 go now orders. 1 fire near Leavenworth that nearly doubled overnight. Here is the full picture as of this morning. Nationally, the country is at National Preparedness Level 5. The highest level on the scale, meaning every available firefighting resource in the country is already committed somewhere. According to today's National Interagency Fire Center report, 92 large fires are burning nationwide. So far this year, 42,651 fires have burned more than 4.5 million acres across the United States. The Northwest remains the most active region in the country. Oregon's is leading that picture by a significant margin, but Washington is escalating fast and cannot be ignored this morning. To put Oregon's current situation in perspective, 1.225 million acres of simultaneous active fire across one state exceeds the August complex, the largest fire complex in modern American history at just over 1 million acres. Here is what changed in the last 24 hours. The Fox Fire is not just a number on a map. This fire is burning 12 miles northeast of Huntington in Baker County. And as of last night, the entire city of Huntington is under Level 3 go now evacuation orders. 59,093 acres, 0% contained, 233 personnel on the ground. Flames have pushed west to Highway 84, and crews are focused on protecting structures along the Snake River corridor from Huntington to Brownlee Reservoir. This fire is directly responsible for the I-84 closure between Baker City and Ontario. One fire that did not appear on this morning's Oregon OEMM dashboard, but cannot be left out of this update. The Hagen Fire in Umatilla County, burning approximately 9 miles southwest of Tollgate. Per the Oregon State Fire Marshal's latest report, 26,879 acres and 0% contained. Level 3, go now evacuation orders are in place across multiple zones in Umatilla and Union counties, including all areas south of the North Fork Umatilla River. The Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation have declared a state of emergency as the fire burns into tribal lands. 946 personnel are assigned to the Hagen, Paradise, and Horse Ridge Fire Complex combined. If you are in Umatilla or Union County, do not wait for conditions to worsen. Follow your evacuation order now. The Rowe Creek Complex did not appear in NIFC's significant incident list as of yesterday morning's report. In under 24 hours, it has become Oregon's single largest active incident, and 2,132 acres, 39% contained as of 9:32 last night. When a fire of this size appears overnight with no prior warning, that is a sign of how fast conditions are moving on the ground. The July 27th NIFC report showed big grass at 220,000 acres. As of 7:45 last night, that number stands at 288,120 acres. Nearly 70,000 acres added in a single day, and still only 5% contained. At this rate, big grass could cross 300,000 acres before tomorrow morning's update. Like Rowe Creek, the Crosswhite Fire was absent from yesterday's significant incident tracking entirely. It appeared on this morning's Oregon OEM dashboard at 169 acres and 31 sets contained, updated as of 9:33 last night. 2 fires this large emerging in one update cycle is not a coincidence. It reflects how active fire weather has been across the region. Coleman Creek near Gentora grew from 140,000 acres in the previous report to 146,293 acres this morning. 0% containment, last updated at 10:25 p.m. This is the most recently updated number on the dashboard, meaning crews are still actively working this fire right now. The second flat fire in the Burns Basin area claimed by 96 enforcers to 92,443 acres. Containment ticked up slightly to 6%. Bald Mountain sits at 76,099 acres and just 1% contained. Yesterday, this fire was not in the top tier of concern. This morning, it is one of the most under-contained fires on the entire list. The Shingle Fire southeast of Mitchell grew from approximately 61,000 to 63,253 acres and remains at 6% contained. The Bench Fire near Warm Springs grew from 40,000 acres at 0 containment in yesterday's report to 45,119 acres this morning at 3% contained. A state of emergency remains in effect for the Warm Springs community, and an air quality advisory covers 13 counties from Baker and Crook to Wasco and Wheeler. Now, for some real good news, the Hay Creek Complex near Condon jumped from 50% contained in yesterday's report to 90% contained this morning across 193,112 acres. A 40-point single-day containment gain is the kind of number that takes weeks of crew work to build. The Hat Fire is now 50% contained across 44,122 acres. The Little Buck Fire is also holding at 50% across 36,025 acres. Progress is being made, just not fast enough on the fires that matter most. As mentioned with the Fox and Bench fires, I-84 and Highway 26 are all facing sudden closures across eastern Oregon today. Check tripcheck.com before you head out. Conditions change fast. While Oregon dominates the national picture, Washington is building a serious story of its own this morning. 13 large fires are burning across the state. Over 1,000 residents have evacuated, at least 7 homes confirmed destroyed. Dangerous conditions arrived a full month earlier than normal this year. The difference between Oregon and Washington right now is scale, not severity. Let's go through the fires you need to watch. The Kaiser Canyon fire near Nez Pelem is the largest active fire in the state, 104,050 acres, more, and only 16% contained after 12 days of suppression effort. 1,004 fire as of this morning. The town of Nez Pelem is under level 3. Go now, evacuation orders. This fire started from a lightning strike on July 16th and has shown little response to containment efforts since. The Little Giant Fire, 30 miles northwest of Leavenworth, is the fastest moving fire in Washington right now. It nearly doubled in size in a single 24-hour period to reach 22,296 acres, and it is 0% contained. Fire behavior here is being described as extreme: uphill runs, crowning, and long-range spotting. Level 3, go now, Level 2, get set, and Level 1, get ready orders are all simultaneously active around this fire. The Bradeen Hill Fire, 17 miles southwest of Colville, has reached 3,548 acres with 0% containment. Numerous residences are directly threatened. Fire behavior includes uphill runs, flanking, and group torching. Level 3, go now, orders are in place for the Gifford area. Level 2 be set for zone southeast of Maud. The Modrite Fire, 17 miles southwest of Inchelium, has already destroyed 5 structures. Level 3, go now, and Level 1, get ready orders are in effect. This fire is exhibiting uphill runs, group torching, and long-range spotting. If you are traveling through eastern Washington, red flag warnings are in effect across the entire region. Air quality alerts cover 13 counties. Check the Washington State DOT.wa.gov before heading out on any route east of the Cascades today. Let's swing over to Colorado, where 7 large fires are burning, and the numbers are trending in the right direction. The Aspen Acres fire near Rye has burned nearly 102,000 acres and is 66% contained. The Gold Mountain Fire just north of Ouray is at 50% contained and was 39,500 acres. Colorado is one of the cleanest stories in today's national picture. Heading west to California, the fire picture is significantly calmer than Oregon. The Biscar Fire northeast of Susanville, 69,000 acres, is now 97% contained. The one to watch is the new Fish Fire in Kern County, 1,800 acres and only 5% contained as of today. Just to the east in Idaho, the Tartar Fire near Weiser remains a concern at 12,000 acres and 15% contained. One bright spot, the Claremont Fire near Boise, is now 90% contained after burning 6,600 acres. Now let's jump over to Minnesota, where 6 large fires are burning in the Superior National Forest. The Bear Trap Fire near Ely leads at nearly 30,000 acres at 98% contained. Smoke from these fires contributed to a significant air quality event over the Great Lakes and Northeast last week. Here is the story behind the numbers this week. The strain this season is putting on national resources. Right now, 25,044 firefighters and support personnel are deployed across the country, along with 1,525 engines and 156 helicopters. The headline: the National Interagency Fire Centre has brought in 74 fire management specialists from Australia and New Zealand for 30 days of support. A 50-person incident management team from that group is heading to the Castle Fire in Oregon's Umpqua National Forest. The Northwest Geographic Area alone has 48 uncontained large fires and 19 complex incident management teams committed. When a country needs to call in international reinforcements, that tells you something about where we are in this season. Looking ahead, conditions are not improving this week. Minimum humidities will stay very low, running 4 to 12% from Nevada into southwest Idaho, keeping critical fire weather in place through the weekend. The Columbia Basin will see humidity of 15 to 25%, with wind gusts of 20 to 30 miles per hour through the Cascade Gaps. There is a mixed signal today. Isolated thunderstorms are expected across the southwest and the Colorado Rockies. These can bring some moisture, but they also carry the risk of new lightning-caused ignitions. Forecasters are not showing a major pattern change on the immediate horizon. Monsoon moisture could eventually ease conditions south in Arizona and in New Mexico later in the summer, but that relief is weeks away for Oregon. So here is the bottom line. Oregon remains the most urgent wildfire situation in the country this morning. 64 fires, 1.25 million acres, and the list is still growing. Washington is not far behind. 4 communities under Go Now orders, 7 homes destroyed, and fires still spreading. If you are in the Pacific Northwest right now, this is not the week to be complacent. If you live near any of these fire zones, stay connected to your local sheriff's office and follow official evacuation guidance. The National Interagency Fire Center reminds everyone that most wildfires are human-caused and preventable. Fully extinguish campfires until they are cold to the touch. Do not park on dry grass. Do not discard cigarettes from a vehicle. And if you are towing a trailer, check that your safety chains are not dragging and throwing sparks. We will have a full update tomorrow as containment numbers and fire weather evolve. Like and subscribe, and turn on notifications so you do not miss an update during this active season. Stay safe out there.